Hey Wastelanders, this is Gary from The Last Ranger, and today we're going to do a knife review. I haven't done a knife review in a long time. I've shown a lot of knives, but I haven't done an actual knife review. So, let's get started. So this is a knife that I want to review. This is a really good knife. It's called the Tac Force. It's called the TF 1039 stainless USA design. So I think it was made in the USA. You can see the bomb on the clip. Hey Wastelanders, I was just kidding. I'm not going to review that knife. In the background you can see it, maybe, yeah. I'm going to review this knife. You're familiar with the unboxing of this knife? This is the Real Steel Luna XL Maius. Maius. I looked up how to pronounce it. It's called Maius, and it's pronounced Maius or something like that. Maius. It makes sense when you think about it. This knife is for my use. So this is the lockback version of the Luna. I was always wondering which version of the lockup they would make next for the Luna, because I'm first you got the slip joint. This is the regular slip joint. You can see it has a spring on the back, and it's a two-handed opening knife. I suppose you could get a thumb stud like this and make it a one-hand opening knife. It has a three-quarter stop. This is in D2. This is I believe this is what was called the Stormtrooper version of the knife. I think this was a exclusive to the Knife Center, maybe. First off, you can see the difference in the XL. It's just the XL is just a little bit bigger, but it feels significant enough to call it the XL version. And then they released a frame lock version. You can see this is the frame lock version. Sometimes I can flip this open, sometimes I can't. It's such a small knife, it's hard to get my finger off the lock bar. Let me try it. I always end up touching the lock bar in some way of fashion. But sometimes I can flip it out, sometimes I can't. So, but this is the Mars Valley carbon fiber. I'm pretty sure it's the Mars Valley carbon fiber, and this was an exclusive. I believe you can get it in like two other colors of carbon fiber. I forget what they're all called, but anyway, I picked up this. This is a titanium body, so this is a little bit more expensive. This is called just the Luna. This is called the Luna Maius, and this is called the Luna Boost. I imagine because you can flip it out if you have littler hands, or you're careful about the lock bar. So, and this one is, I don't remember what steel was in 690. By the way, this is in 690 steel, or Bowler in 690. This is D2. So again, they kept it the regular size when they released it as a frame lock, but when they released it as a lockback, they just made it, increased it a little bit. This has a 3-inch blade. It has a 4¼ inch handle. You can see I could get all 4 fingers comfortably on this. Overall, it's 7¼ The handle thickness is 0.41 or 10.6 millimeters. So not too thick, it's not even a half an inch. The blade thickness is 0.10, 0.10, sorry, or 2.6 millimeters. Edge thickness is 0.02 or 0.5 millimeters, and the weight is what was surprisingly. I imagine this weighs next to nothing, maybe a little over 1 ounce. This weighs 4.2 ounces or 119 grams. So I tried to look inside there. The paperwork that came with it kind of broke it down for me. There's like a piece of steel that runs along this part of the knife, including the spring and both sides. So that's probably what makes it heavy. It's a pretty thick piece of titanium too, because the steel is nested in the titanium. So I imagine that little bit of thick steel with this locking bar, it runs all along the back, makes up for it in the heaviness. So it could probably weigh 3 ounces if it didn't have so much steel in it. But yeah, I kind of like it because it's comfortable. I mean, you don't think of it as a cheap knife because there's a little bit extra. It's a little bit, maybe a half an ounce to an ounce heavier than it should be for the size of knife, but it's not bad. I like it. I'm probably going to give it a lanyard. By the way, this is titanium pocket clip too. A milled titanium pocket clip, so it's really nice. The thumb studs, you can see how it attaches because I had one come. By the way, if you didn't see my unboxing, I got 5 of these by mistake. And the way that you install the thumb stud, you slide it up the fuller and then screw it down. So this is a drop point design. It's a flat grind, nice flat grind. Again, this is a lock back. You could release the lock mechanism. You could see the spring lock mechanism by depressing this. This is nice because they jimped it. I like the jimping. I like the look of the jimping. But it's a thumb stud opener. You can't flip it because it's under spring tension. I mean, if you were a Superman, you could flip it, but normal people can't flip it. This is the spring green titanium colors. There is 4 colorways for this model. The regular the basic colorway is just called Titan for titanium, shortened version. This is spring green. There was some kind of a bronze color, and there was a blue color. I don't remember the names, but I remember the name for this. This is the spring green. The regular version costs $175, and the other 3 colorful versions cost like $180. So pretty expensive, but it's a premium knife. Maybe they'll come out with a lesser version. I don't know how N690 rates on the super steel. I haven't ever looked it up. It probably doesn't rate very high, but it's probably better than D2, better than most steels. But again, I don't know. I don't have too many knives in there. Like, I have this knife, and then I probably have another knife and this. So I really don't know. It's like I said, it's lanyard friendly. I like this knife. This is a knife that I had to have because it was designed by Poltergeist Works. Well, you know, I don't really know. I mean, does he really design the knife? He designed the original Luna, But when they come out with a variation, does he have his hand in it, changing it to like that variation of lockup? Did he like design the slip joint and then they said maybe I'll make it a frame lock? And so did he redo design, or someone at Real Steel call that shot? I really don't know. Maybe he'll answer me, because he's been known to dip into my videos and answer questions. So maybe he'll answer the question. So you can see Poltergeist Works. He has the skull, and you can see the N690 Bowler N690 steel logo. But I like this knife, so I had to have it because I basically get all of his designs. I'm missing a few designs. I fell behind. There's a couple, another slip joint knife, and there's another a couple Boker knives that I'm missing too. There's a Boker that's coming out as a Bali song that I plan on getting. But I kind of get all his designs because I'm really impressed. I'm really enamored about his designs. I really like his designs. I find myself carrying this Luna version a lot because I like its size. I like how it's big, and I kind of like it because it's a lockback. I've never experienced too many modern lockbacks. I had a Kershaw 1050 that was a lockback, and I carried it for many years, probably maybe about 10 years religiously. So this is a really good knife, if you ask me. I mean, I like it how it locks up, and I like the design of it. I like the size of it. So I'm very happy to own this lockback. I don't know if anybody will buy this lockback. Probably the foreign market will buy this, but I hope American use, or maybe a traditional. You know, I don't see a lot of traditional guys buying this. Traditional guys are, I don't want to call them cheap, but they're not, definitely, they don't pay $180 for a Chinese knife. They probably think Chinese knives, they like Rough Rider. They want to pay cheap prices. They don't even want to pay $40 for a Chinese knife. So I don't know how many traditional guys will buy this knife, even though it's a lockback and it's a traditional knife. It's a modern take on a traditional knife, but it's still a traditional knife, giving the lockup system. I forgot to mention, I don't know if you can see this. Let me try to, yeah, if you view it at an angle, you could see it's contoured, but you could see the micro milling. It has micro milling, so it's not a slick knife, because there's milled lines. It's hard to get in focus, but you can see them, especially there. But there's milled lines on the entire knife handle, so it's quite grippy. Yeah, maybe you can see them there. Yeah, if you look carefully, you can see them. This the spring green's kind of nice. I debated whether to get the bronze color or the spring green. I didn't like the blue. I mean, the blue kind of looked purple, so it was either going to be the titanium, the bronze, or the spring green, and I decided to get the spring green. Now I have 5 of them. I still haven't heard back from Real Steel if I get to keep them or give them away or what. So I'll keep you updated on the future if I hear back eventually. If you went to their Real Steel shop where I bought them, you'll see that they only had like 7 or 8 left. Probably because everyone that ordered the spring green, maybe they shipped it, all of them out. I don't know. They shipped everyone 5, maybe? I don't know. Alright guys, I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to give a sort of traditional knife review based on this recent knife I got. So this is the lock back, and this is the frame lock. And you can see by my holding it in my hand the size differences. Alright guys, take care, Wastelanders.